Hello, my name is Alicia. Welcome to my channel where I talk about earning extra income primarily through teaching online. Today I thought I'd talk to you a little bit about props and what you need to get started. This was something that kind of hung me up in the beginning. I tend to be all or nothing, and I kind of went overboard with the prop situation. When you apply to a company to teach English as a second language, VIP Kid, Palfish, Go-Go Kid, Magic Ears, you name it, there's an interview process, and usually they want you to have a little background. They want some effort. They want to see some effort. Well, I decided I was going to buy everything before I even got hired, which was really, really not smart. It worked out. I got hired, but I still bought too much. So I'm here to give you a little advice about kind of how to prepare. If you're looking into applying, there's only really a few things that you're going to need. You're going to need a background, but it can be as simple as just a map. Put a map right behind you, and that's all you need. You haven't gotten the job yet. They're not expecting you to go all out. So get a map. You're going to need a few props, but when I say a few, maybe a couple. What I would recommend is having a monkey and a panda. I've lost my panda, which is very upsetting. When you're not looking for a panda in a store, you see them all the time. When you're looking for a stuffed panda, they just magically disappear. But I would have a panda and a monkey to begin with. They're going to give you a mock lesson to do, so you can get a couple of things based on what your mock lesson is. But if you want to just have general props, that's okay. I have flashcards. Flashcards are always good. Something that you can, if you look through the lesson and you've got some flashcards that match the pictures, that's perfect. And that's all you need. You can even go online and print off some pictures of things that are in the mock lesson. I just wouldn't spend any money. Or minimal. You can go to the Dollar Tree and get anything that you need, and anything else you can print off based on what you need for your lesson. So that's my advice about getting started. And, other than that, you need your phone, you need a computer, you need a headset, and that's about it. I feel like I'm missing something because I went so overboard. You need to be in a well-lit area, and they need to be able to see you. And that's it. Don't overthink it. Spend more time preparing for the lessons than preparing any of this. But since we're here and we're talking about props, I will tell you just some of the props that I have. And I went overboard. I went overboard big time. So I have pared down my props a lot. I don't have room for, 100 stuffed animals and you name it. I just don't have room. So you kind of figure out what you need, and some things you can use for different things. So, example, like I said, I always have a monkey. And if we're talking about a monkey, they're going to say monkey. And to extend, I might say, what color is the monkey? It's a purple monkey. So a monkey is always good. Your basic puppy dog. I have a pig. I have a tiger in here. And then one other thing that you're going to want to have, or I have found helpful, is a puppet. A puppet. Hello out there. Okay, so this happens to be a kangaroo. And I got this in the baby section at Walmart. I had a hard time finding a puppet, and I'm like, they've got to have them. And so, where do people get puppets? They get them at the baby section of Walmart. I have a giraffe, I have a monkey, I have a tiger. But anyways, the puppet comes in handy when you're talking about a giraffe, you can pull out your giraffe. But also when the kids aren't paying attention to you, and you need to get their attention, you need to do something, you're going to pull out a prop of some kind, and a puppet is a good way to do it. I'm like, Mr. Giraffe, Amy is not paying attention. Amy. It always just shakes them out of whatever they're doing. A puppet is good for that. So I recommend having a puppet of some kind. You don't have to have multiple puppets, but I found a 5-pack of, I got the elephant, tiger, giraffe, monkey. And like I said, I lost my panda, so I found this also in the baby section when I need a panda. When you're teaching the younger kids, you use these more. You use more props when you're teaching the younger kids. I'll be honest, I teach older kids for the most part now. I have some regulars. I don't use props at all. It is very rare that I pick up a prop. Younger kids, you're going to use them a lot. Older kids, very rarely do I pick up a prop. But I do have them. So one prop that I do use quite a bit with the younger kids, if I have a trial class or even just a younger class, is food. Food is a good thing to have. I recommend getting food, and I'm a big fan of the plastic bins. You can see what your props are. I use my banana a lot, and this is the exception. If we have a lesson and we're talking about food, I might pull this out because the younger kids kind of laugh about it and they think it's funny when I hold up French fries. I mean, anything to kind of break the monotony sometimes. So food is a must-have, in my opinion. There's fruit in there, there's burgers. Sometimes we'll make a hamburger. I mean, sometimes I'll get out a bun and there's a piece of meat and there's tomatoes, I got ketchup. Sometimes we'll make a hamburger. You're gonna learn that a lot of the companies like for you to do external rewards. Like there's a star built in, great job, good job. VIP kid, big on rewards, which is why I prefer teaching for Palfish, to be honest. Palfish doesn't care about rewards. The stars are the rewards. But VIP kid likes for you to have a reward system. And so one of my reward systems is for the little girls, I have baby dolls. We collect baby dolls. You get a baby doll. And then when she does something else, you get another baby doll. And the goal is to collect the 5 baby dolls. And you got 5 baby dolls today. Great job. My least favorite part. Because to be honest, VIP Kids curriculum and Palfish's curriculum too, they're jam-packed. I mean, it is very rare that I have time to mess with external stuff unless it's little bitty kids and I need the props. You know when you need them. Although the other day I was teaching a 12-year-old and he's my favorite. He is such a great student. He's fluent. I teach him mainly correcting his English, and he's so much fun to teach. And we started talking about twins and triplets, and he got mixed up on the identical and fraternal. He just couldn't quite grasp that. So I just happened to have 2 baby dolls that are the same. and he's 12 and he's a boy, so he's not into baby dolls. But I said, twins? And he laughed so hard I didn't think I was going to get back control of the room. So after he finished laughing, I said, twins, fraternal, twins, identical. He got it. I mean, I never thought I was going to have to pull out baby dolls with my 12-year-old student, but I did, so it worked. So it's just good to have a few props. And then for the boys, if I'm doing a reward system, I've got 5 cars. And I'll say, if you do a good job today, you'll get 5 cars. You got a car. Okay. For letters, I have a plastic baggie full of letters, and then I have my metal pan. And these are magnets, so I can put the letters on the metal pan if we're going over a letter or spelling some simple words. So that's kind of... I use those quite a bit. I also use my farm animals, and I've got numbers down here. I'm going to show this to you in a minute. But I think that's about it for those kind of props. The other thing that I have that I use is a whiteboard. I use my whiteboard if I needed to just, I might do a letter A and then do a letter A and may spell some words or draw a picture and see if they can guess. If we have time left over after class, I find I use my whiteboard, and sometimes we'll play kind of Pictionary or using, of course, a word that they've learned or something from the lesson. And then there's also the whiteboard on the app itself that you can use. But this is just something that kind of gets their attention in a different way. And I try to keep, and I have different colors. Sometimes we'll work on colors like that with the little kids. Oh, and also a good use of your whiteboard is to teach them, how to draw. We're going to draw a line. Draw a line, because they're going to be doing that with their finger. Draw. Draw a circle. Circle. Yeah. Okay. So that's just one of the things. The whiteboard always comes in handy. I don't use it all the time, but I use it enough that it's worth it. It's worth it to have. And I would say when you get going and you start teaching, you're going to kind of accumulate things as you go. My microphone, I forgot about the microphone. You're going to sing with them, and it's good to have a microphone, and then you can point it to them like, oh, what? So a microphone I've always had a microphone since day one, and it comes in handy. So I would say that you get hired and you are one of those people who does want to buy all of your props, get yourself organized. You can get most of it at the Dollar Tree, and you can spend no more than $20, $30 on all of your props. And then you may have to buy a headset. If I had it to go back over again, I wouldn't spend more than $100 because I teach with my phone and with my computer. The only thing that cost just a little bit was the headset. I didn't have the full-on headset. And then I did invest in some lights much later on because I teach in such a dark room. But if you've got a lamp that you can point to you, lighting is not, they need to be able to see you, but it's not just, it doesn't have to be perfect lighting. They just need to be able to see you. Sometimes you'll be teaching children walking down the street in terrible lighting. You'll teach children in a lot of different scenarios that you just wouldn't have thought. They're not always sitting at their table taking their lesson. Usually they are, but I've taught kids walking down the street in Beijing. I've taught kids in the back of a cab. I've taught kids at a restaurant. I've taught kids at an amusement park. You name it, I have taught them there. So I've taught them flying around their room, screaming, "Come back, come back." It's fun. And even buying all this stuff is fun, but just don't go overboard. And especially for the interview process, just buy the bare necessity. Don't spend more than a few dollars and get yourself a little setup and then go for it. I went a little crazy. But that's my spill about props and kind of what you need when you start teaching online. It isn't just about getting your phone and sitting in front of your phone. You do have to have a few things. And now I'm going to show you my my setup. So I'm going to hit pause and then I'm going to show you. Okay, this is my corner and I have my light set up. It's a very dark corner. My computer is not sitting there usually precariously, and usually I don't have Ziploc bags. Although when I buy new things, I use these Ziploc bags to put some things in. So I'm a big fan of Ziploc bags, and I'm a big fan of the clear plastic bins. So you don't have to wonder what your props are. My background is just some books. My Palfish logo for when I teach Palfish classes. I've got a little map. Looks very different when I'm sitting down. And those are some flashcards that I found at a teacher store. They were on sale. I bought that set for $8 and it's actually very nice. I'll show you a close-up in a second. When I'm sitting down, to the left of me, down on the floor, there's my broken headset. There's a weird ruler that I don't know why I wrote my name on. And those are my bins. Those are the flashcards on top. Got my food, and below that are, let's see, what's below that? As you can see, food is what I use the most. And that's my dog barking. But there's my whiteboards down there. I'm gonna have to look. And then I have this little handy gadget. My stuffed animals are on top, my baby dolls and rewards, and then just some more of those are my farm animals and some of the things I showed you. Those are some little horses. I use those for my rewards sometimes, and to do colors and just, you know, where's this? This is Brutus. He is my constant companion in class. And under that, there's my whiteboards. There's my tin pan. Oh, those are farm animals and tractors and different kind of vehicles like that. An ambulance, police car. And then underneath that are just pencils, markers, colored pencils of all colors. And like I said, I use some of that with the younger kids. I don't use a whole lot of this in my classes right now, but I'm hoping to get some younger kids again. I kind of miss that. This is my sitting view, and to the right are my stuffed animals and that cool thing. And then to the left are my bins with different things in them. So that's my setup. It's not complicated and it doesn't take up a whole lot of space. It's just one corner of this room. I use a whole other half of the room for another little business that I do. So I have plenty of room to do it. You just need a small corner in your house. You don't even need a place this big, to be honest. So those are my props, and that's what you need. Give or take a few things. You may find that you need more. You may find that you need less, but this is what works for me. Thank you for coming to class. I really appreciate it. And thank you for coming to class. I think I'll leave that in. I'm so used to saying thank you for coming to class. See you next time. That's what I would do. That's what I would do if this was the end of one of my classes. But thank you for watching my video. I hope that it was helpful. And I look forward to doing some more specific videos on how to get hired. And again, I highly recommend it as a second job. If you work full-time, this is the perfect second job for you. All right, bye. I will see you next time.